If you think that posting your cover art on Instagram with a caption saying "out now" and spamming your Spotify link in everyone's DM or everyone sharing your song in your Instagram story is a good music promotion strategy, I'm sorry, but this is a recipe for disaster. And if you clicked on this video, it's probably because those strategies didn't work for you. So let me show you 4 ways to actually promote your music the right way and finally see that little number go up. So the first thing to understand is, where are the organic plays coming from? And at the moment, playlists are king on Spotify. Myself, as a listener, I'm always listening to other people's playlists that I found through searching for a music genre or an emotion, such as drum and bass or chill music. The point is, people listen to a lot of playlists on Spotify, so this is where your song needs to be. But as you probably know, it's not easy. Luckily for us, not easy doesn't mean hard, it just means time consuming. The process I personally do is this. Let's say I just released a progressive house track like Next to Me. What I'm going to do is to check out the Spotify profiles of big artist names in this music genre, so artists like Severman or Rios, and scroll down to the Discovered On playlists. From there, I'm going to check them all one by one and see in the description if they have any submission or contact information. Then I can just send them a nice little message telling them that I just released a song that I think would be a great fit for their playlist and their listeners, and asking if I can send a link. Everyone does it a different way, but in my opinion, it's more respectful to ask before for the permission to send the link rather than blasting it already and either ending up in the spam or just not getting a response because it's too aggressive. To actually do it even better, I recommend you to do all this playlist searching a couple weeks before your release date. Once you find all the playlists that you would like to be on and all the playlist curators' information, if you find their social media, go there and interact with them, comment on their post, like their post, maybe even message them and start creating a relationship with that person. As you can guess, it is a very time-consuming process that sometimes can take me up to 2 to 3 hours, but I was always able to be added in a few playlists this way, and most importantly, create a good relationship with playlist curators. Now, if you don't want to go through all that trouble, I have a solution for you. It's a platform called Playlist Supply, and they literally do all this process automatically for you in one click, and this is today's sponsor. Basically, in their real-time search engine, you just have to search for a keyword, let's say deep house, and it will automatically output every single playlist on Spotify that includes the words deep house either in the title or the description, which makes it super easy for you to target the right playlist for your song. But my favorite part about it is that you can see all the contact information or the submission links. It also allows you to sort the playlist by the amount of followers or tracks, or my favorite option, the last modified, because I want to submit to a playlist that is active, not non-existent. With their newest feature, organic search, it even allows you to directly target all the Discovered On playlists by typing any artist name. Since I've been using Playlist Supply, I've been able to place my songs in way many more playlists, and therefore grew my streams, grew my monthly listeners, and therefore my Spotify followers. You will obviously still need to put in the time and the work to email them, message them, or submit through their links, but it cut down my process from 2 to 3 hours to like 30 minutes. If you feel like trying it for yourself, there will be a link in the description, but let's move on to the next one. The third way for you to promote your music for free is having a release plan. I see so many new music producers just posting their cover art on release day, potentially sharing it in their stories, and then just pray and expect the streams, and this is another recipe for disaster. On average, people need to see something 7 to 8 times before they decide to take action on it, so don't post just once about it. Every time I have a release, I have a whole release plan that goes with it. It starts about a week or 2 before the release date. It's for me to have time to prepare all the promotional assets, the content for social media, or reaching out to my playlist curators network, or DJs, radio shows, and it continues for about 2 weeks after release date. Basically, every day I know exactly what I have to do. Posting reels on Instagram or on TikTok or stories, submitting to playlists through Playlist Supply, and how many per day I'm going to contact. I really have a plan for everything so that I can maximize the reach and the success of my release. You have millions of potential fans and listeners at the tip of your fingers through email or social media, so please start taking advantage of it and be very intentional with it. Don't just hope and pray that your song is just gonna magically take off if you're not working for it. By the way, if you are wondering if the release plan template is available anywhere, it is part of the 12-month plan ebook, so I'll leave a link below in the description if that interests you. And speaking about it, I'm really curious, what is your music promotion strategy at the moment? Do you even have one? Let me know in the comments, and if you are enjoying this video and getting value out of it, please don't hesitate to leave a like. The last way for you to promote your music is by networking. It is very underrated, but super helpful. For example, for my last self-release, Gotta Be, I knew that one of my followers was a music producer in the same genre, and I knew that he had a lot of success with Spotify playlists. So I decided to reach out to him. One thing I'll note here is that we were already talking and engaging with each other content for months before that. It wasn't a cold outreach, it was already a relationship that's been created in the last few months. We were talking music, Spotify promotion, music industry. But anyway, I sent him a message asking him if he had any recommendation or contact for playlists that could like my song. He did have one, a record label owner from a huge playlist that plays songs like mine. He gave me her email address, I contacted her saying I was coming from that person. She loved my song, she added it to the playlist at the top of the list, and now this playlist is giving me hundreds and hundreds of streams every single day. The bottom line here is that if I wouldn't have taken the time in the first place to create this relationship with this person or reaching out, my song would probably still be under 1,000 streams. So don't underestimate the power of networking and start building meaningful connections on social media. And if you're shy about doing so, don't forget that the only worst thing that can happen is that they won't reply and you won't even see it because you will have forgotten about it. Also reach out to your producer friend and ask them if they have a playlist that they can add your song to. Ask them if they could share it in their Instagram stories if they like the song. There are so many ways to do it. Now you will probably notice that I haven't mentioned anything about Spotify Editorial playlist, and it is because I've already done a full video on the subject a couple months ago. In that video, I attended a masterclass with Spotify editors and they revealed a crazy amount of info and tips for you to get placed in their Spotify Editorial playlist, so I highly recommend you to watch this video next. In the meantime, keep learning and I'll see you in the next one.
Was it going?